Hello everyone and welcome to my today yin class yoga. I am Stefania. I am an Italian yoga teacher. Today we are gonna practice a yin yoga class dedicated to our spine in making it more flexible and trying to realign it as much as possible, of course. Um, I just decided to dedicate this class to the spine because nowadays it's very easy to listen to people saying like, "Oh, my heart, my back is hurting," or I have some issues in the back and I need to take some painkillers. Um, the issues we are experiencing nowadays with our backs are mainly dedicated to bad postures that we can assume while we are sleeping or during our sitting jobs, or like even when we are more how can I say, we are more used to spend our times inside the building, like indoor, compared to outdoor. So we spend a lot of time not to move in our body and stand up or seated. And therefore, for these reasons, we are experiencing pain in our backs. Many times we are used to take some painkillers to not feeling the ache, but if we are practicing a little of these asanas, I hope you can reduce the number of times you need to ask help to the painkillers. So this is the reason why I decided to dedicate this class to the spine. Um, I just want to give you a little warning about myself. Today I have the cold, so my nose is completely blocked. One point of yoga is, of course, aligning the breath with the movement. The most advanced benefit, we are gonna reach them inhaling and exhaling from our nose, but unfortunately my body today is not 100% okay. My nose is completely blocked, so I will do my best, but I barely can breathe completely through my nose, so I just need to use a lot of my mouth. But please, for this class, this is just on a special occasion, so I advise you every time I ask you to breathe in and breathe out, please don't use your mouth if you are well, and instead prefer to breathe with your nose. So after these introductions, I would like to start with the class. For the class, we will need as a support, especially if you are a beginner, I really advise you to use the support that I'm going to explain now. But even if you are a regular practitioner and you are not used to, and you are used to, sorry, to stay in the pose, and today is not your day, please feel free to use the support as well. So the support that we are gonna use are gonna be like a cushion, or it could be a cushion, or it could be like a duvet. Then we could use some blocks, and I really recommend you to have one bolsters at your place, because this one is gonna help a lot your practice. So let's get started. So first of all, we're gonna start with the Svastikasana. So we are gonna cross our legs in front of our chest. We are just gonna try to balance the right and the right and the left. One side, just remember, as a general rules, our body is not 100% symmetrical, so we are gonna always have one side of our body that is more flexible, is more balanced than the other one. So just keep in mind every time that you're practicing some asanas today to dedicate an extra attention to the side that you feel is gonna be more weak in your body. So in this case, let's start with the Svastikasana pose. So we're gonna sit crossing our legs. We are gonna flesh out and sit on our sit bones, and we are gonna find our balance. We are gonna align our spine, up our chin, and looking forward. And then if you want, you can just put your hand in the Chi Mudra, close your eyes, looking forward in a way that our chin is gonna be parallel to the floor, and we are gonna just take some breath in order to feel in our body, to feel our discomfort, and get ready for our class. Please feel free to readjust your body in the position if you feel like you're not comfortable. And breathe in and breathe out, and take a little moment for yourself, for looking inside of you and feeling your body. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your hands in front of your chest and just repeat Om inside of you. Let's pray for this practice today. Be grateful for dedicated this time to yourself and taking care of yourself. Bring down your chin, open your eyes, and let's get ready. So starting from this position, I would like just to move around our spine and our neck. That is gonna be the part of the body where we're gonna put the attention today. So it's just a little very quick warm up, just to be sure that we have already done some little movement today. So first of all, I would like that you're gonna look forward, and then you're gonna move your neck on one side. In this case, I'm starting with the right. And while I'm breathing out, I'm gonna bring the neck on the same position as a straight line. And then I'm gonna take another breath, and I'm gonna stretch the neck on the other side. In this case, it's gonna be my left side. And with the breath out, I'm gonna bring my neck on the straight position, and I'm gonna do it another 2 times for a total of 3 breaths. Stretch and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And we are gonna do the same exercise, just moving our neck to the front and to the back. So breathe in, and I'm gonna bring my chin down. Breathe out, and I'm gonna go in position, and then breathe in, and I'm gonna pull up my body, and I'm gonna pay attention to my back, straighten it, and then on the breathe out, I'm gonna bring it to the front. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. And now we are gonna do some rounding with our neck. So we are gonna go clockwise. Another time. And now we are gonna go on the other side, so anti-clockwise. Always keep an eye on your spine alignment. And that's it. So starting from this, we are gonna move to our back. So first of all, we're gonna start with a child pose. So we are going to move into the tabletop position, and from here we are just gonna keep apart our legs a little, and we're gonna switch our butt into the heels, and we are going to stretch our back. This is a very gentle stretch for our back, and while we are stretching, we're trying to bring our forehead on the mat. If for any reason you are not able to bring your forehead to the mat, you can always use a block as a support. So in this case, it's gonna be something like that, and you're gonna stretch. For whoever is gonna be okay in stretching, feel free to remove your block and stretch your spine. And take a little deep breath. So inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, from this position, we are gonna go again in the top table position. And what we are gonna do right now is gonna be a cat and cow, because with a cat and cow, we are just gonna try to move every single vertebra our spine. So we can consider it a kind of a warm up similar to the one we have just done for the neck. So in this case, what we're gonna do is just like we're gonna line our hand with our shoulders, we are gonna close our fingers, and we try to point the first finger each other. We are just gonna keep the alignment here. Need to make sure that we are not gonna go in this situation. So just trying to control your joint as well. And from this one, while we are gonna inhale, we are gonna push up our shoulders, and we are gonna bring up the shoulders. And while we are exhaling, we are just gonna do the opposite movement. So inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Another time, and exhale. Okay, now what we can do is just while we inhale and we're gonna go in the cat position, just hold the position for 3 breaths. So I'm just gonna do inhale and exhale, not moving your spine. Inhale, inhale another time, and exhale. And then from here we are just gonna go on the other direction and just keep it, and just inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale, and here inhale and exhale. At this point, you can go again in the child pose position, or you can do another warming up movement, and it's gonna be just the rotation of your hips. So from here, we are just gonna try to rotate our hips like this in order to move this part of the of the spine. So just do a few movements in one direction, and then let's move also in the other direction. So just going clockwise and anti-clockwise. And then from here, we are just gonna go another time in the child positions. Take a few breaths and just feel your body. Let's try to understand if the stretch that you have done, the warming up, sorry, it's actually have moved all your spine. If for some reason you just feel like it's not enough for your body or for today, just feel free to come back to the cat and cow position and just practice it again. Okay. Now from here, another position that we can do is gonna be the splink pose. So what we're gonna do is just we're gonna lie down completely on our mat. From here we are just gonna put our forehead on the mat, and then we are gonna put our hands next to our chest. From this position, you can decide if you are a beginner to keep your feet apart, or if you are a regular practitioner, you can keep your feet together. And from here, what we are gonna do is just like pushing after we had grown our hands on the mat. We're gonna push our top body on top. We are gonna push back the feet on the ground, and we're gonna squeeze our butt. From this position, please make sure you're not gonna do anything like that, but just pull up all of your upper body. This position is not recommended, for example, if you have any problem on your spine, or if, for example, you are pregnant. So please avoid this position if you have some of these constraints. And then from here, just keep your forehead straight if you have a neck problem. If you don't have neck problems, please feel free also to look up to the ceiling and keep the position for a few breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep squeezing your butt. And feel all the muscle of your spine working as well for keeping that position. Please remember to elongate your neck and protect your shoulders as well. When you feel like you are okay with that, you can always come back to the previous position. Release all your muscle from the back, from the buttocks, and from the leg, and just take your hands, put it in front of your head, and just rest for a few breaths on the mat, and feel your body. Okay, at this point, as a counter pose, we could have two solutions. So one is going to be again the child pose, and feel free to do it if you want to keep practicing. But because we have already done it twice, I just decided to put a variation of the counter pose and just go for a happy baby pose. So for doing the happy baby pose, we just need to roll our back on the mat. So we can just roll our body on the mat in this way, and starting with the Savasana pose. I'm gonna move 1 second the bolster on my side because it's on my feet and it's bothering me. Sorry for that. So we are gonna go on the Savasana. Okay. And feel free to rest a few breaths if you feel like in this moment this position is what your body is asking for, or if you want to just start immediately with a happy baby pose that in any case it's one of the relaxing pose as well like the Savasana as one, so we are always in the same group. What do we need to do for entering inside the happy baby pose is gonna be simply that we are gonna bring our knees on the floor, on the mat, sorry. And then from here, we are gonna push them up and bring them close to the chest. Feel free to readjust your spine if you feel like not all of it is grounding on the mat. And then from here, we are just gonna open our knees in this position and, sorry, like this. And we are gonna put our hands on the foot. If this position is too complicated, you can also hold your toes. So from this position, what we need to do is just like making sure that all our spine, all our back is actually grounding on the mat. So once we have verified it, we need to, with our hands, we need to push down our legs in order to get the full contact with the ground, and at the same time the legs are pushing on the other way, and just stay here for a little. If you like, this position is you can also roll on right and left in order to massage your back. Otherwise, you can just rest in the position in this way, making sure your shoulders are gonna be far away from your ears. Please avoid this position if you have any hips injury, or for example if you are women pregnant or during the menstruation time. If you are, for example, if you have this type of injuries, I really recommend you to go once again with a child pose. That is gonna be a really relaxing and stretching pose for your back, and at the same time you are not gonna have the same problems you can have if you are pregnant, where of course we are putting more pressure on our belly, and then with this position we are putting more pressure on our belly than the child pose, for example. So stay here for a few breaths until you feel like it's necessary for you. I suggest 1 to 3 minutes for beginners and 3 to 5 minutes for regular practitioner. And just relax and feel over your hips and the back securely grounded on the mat. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel free to close your eyes if you feel like you have to. No, you have to. You would like to. And then when you feel ready, let's go out from this position. So from going out from this position, just release your hand and just unite your knees in front of your chest once again. If you have to, please just use your hand and arms as a helper, and then from this position bring back your feet on the mat and just extend your legs. Now we are just gonna do a little of Dandasana because it's gonna help us with the alignment of the back. So in Dandasana we are just sitting on the mat, flesh out, sit on your cheekbones, and from here just squeeze your legs and stay just a few breaths in this position, and try with your spine to keep your spine aligned. So stay straight, look forward, and just take just a few breaths. Okay, release your the grounding on your legs, and let's move to the next asana. So at this point I would like to do a caterpillar pose, that in order for making it easier for you, since this class is for all levels, I would like to split it in 2 rounds. So first of all, we're gonna do a half caterpillar pose, once for the right and once for the left side. And after that, once we have already stretched our hamstring and our back as well, we doing the full caterpillar pose will be easier for us, and we can get a more beneficial effect at the end than just starting right now with a pose that for some reason we have still tensions, so we are not able to go deeper in the posture. And so I think like it's more we can get more advantages if we can split it. So from here we are just gonna split it in only one leg. So how we gonna go inside this pose? So we are starting from the Dandasana. From this position we are just gonna take our leg. In this case I'm gonna start with the left, so you can have the visibility of both the legs, but please feel free to start with the right if it's the one that is gonna work better for you in the position where you are right now. It's not gonna change anything at the end of the day. So from the Dandasana one, we are just gonna take, in this case, the right feet, and we have 2 positions. We can just cross our feet in this way, and just making sure that the feet is not gonna be on any joint. For example, we should not have the feet that could push on the knees. So making sure, if you're gonna use this position, making sure that the feet is gonna be on one long bones, like is the femoral one in this case. And then this is one way. So once we are here and we are gonna sit on our sit bones, what do we have actually, what do we have to do? It's just gonna be align a little our spine. If you need to move it a little for getting ready, just feel free to stretch one side and stretch the other one, and then from here we are just gonna move, and we are just gonna hold our feet, and making sure that when we are handing our feet, our spine is actually aligned. So I don't want to see anything like this, for example. But if in this case, for example, I just feel like my right side is higher than the left side. So what I need to do is just put in an effort in order for making my right side lower and align my full spine. And from this position, just stay and breathe in or breathe out. If you're not able to reach this position, these are some variations that I want to show you. So the legs, this is one solution, but you can put the legs also 90 degree on the other position. So something like this. And from here, if you see, I can just go more deeply. And at the same time, if I can't reach the final part of my feet, I can always, for example, try to reach my ankle, or just, for example, the bottom side of my knees. Pay attention, I'm not touching my knees, I'm just touching my legs exactly immediately after, below my knees. And what is the point of this position? Actually, the main point is just like to it's not like going around it in this way, but just making sure that we are actually reducing the distance between our thigh and our belly. So the point of this position, as you can see, as I'm moving, it's just like a straight, my spine is straight, and then I am just going down, and I am putting, I'm not curving, I'm not trying to reach my feet. What I'm trying to do only is just getting closer, my belly, bringing my belly to my knees. Yeah, this is the word in English. Bringing my belly to my thigh, sorry. And just stay in this position. My foot, as you can see, is active, so all my leg is active, and I can just reach. Another variation that you can have is just like if for some reason you're not able to reach your foot, please feel free to take one pillow or also one block. It's not gonna change the principle. The principle is always the same, and put it above your buttocks like this, and 90 degrees here. And for here, you will see that it's gonna be easier for you just holding the position. So after you have decided which one is gonna be the best position for you, just please, sorry, my breath, keep practicing it. So just hold it for, I don't know, 30 seconds, 1 minute. So I'm just gonna take out, in this case, the support. That will be okay. I think this position is easier for you, where the legs, the foot of my legs is on the back, but I know that some people prefer it also this way, and I just wanted to make it clear, please try to not to push on your knees if you are one of those people that prefer this position. And if you are one of these, I will suggest you to try to correct your position to this one. So exhale this part. Let's go inside and into the position. And just breathe in and breathe out. Remember to align your spine. Remember to keep the alignment. The point here is not reaching the foot, but reaching whatever you can in order for achieving the benefit of this asana. And just stay and relax. And if you feel like you need to rest your forehead, please feel free to take the blanket and put it on the knees and just rest your forehead as well, like this. This is another variation you can do. Okay, from here, sorry, let's see how to come out from the pose. Of course, from here we are just gonna bring up our head and we are just gonna push back. If we need help with our hands, please feel free to use your hand for pushing back your back. If you have any kind of support, just take it out. It can be the cushion or the blanket on the knees or under or even the block. And now let's bring back the knees in the banded position and just go back on the Dandasana. From here we are just gonna move on the other side. So in this case I'm gonna work on my right side, and what I need to do is just bend my left knees and bring it at 90 degrees, and then from here making sure I don't have I'm sitting on my cheekbones, and then from here just elongate, work on your spine, on the alignment of your spine, and try to stay longer on the side of your body that you feel like deserve more workout, more stretch, because it has less flexibility than the other one. In this case, probably I feel like I need more on this side. So maybe I'm just gonna stay a few breaths more. And as long as you're going into the pose, if you feel like, you can go more deeper. But never hurt yourself. Just remember that yoga is supposed to be beneficial for you and not hurting you. If it's hurting, it's not the right exercise for you, or the time, or how much you're going deeper. The variability can be really many. And then we are just gonna release it and just come back. Okay, if you need, you can shake a little your legs, bringing back your hands on the mat and shaking a little. From this position now, we are just gonna do a little of the full caterpillar pose. Just feel free to do it only if you feel you can achieve it. Otherwise, you can, for today, you can just practice half a caterpillar pose, and then for another time in the future, you can just practice the full one. As always, also in this case, please feel free to put a support below your buttocks if you need to. and from here you can practicing. So this is one way, and this one is gonna be the full one. But if for some reason you feel like you need any kind of support, oh sorry, I'm dying. I just need to sorry, 1 second. Sorry. So I will suggest you to use the bolster and just round on the bolster and resting. This one is gonna be of course less stronger than just doing without any support. It's gonna be of course more relaxing. So feel free to do whatever works best for you. In this case, do it to my nose. I prefer to use my bolster. But always remember to breathe in, breathe out, and concentrate your mind on keeping the position. So concentrate your mind on your body, and therefore concentrate your mind on yourself and only on yourself. Okay, once we have done with that, just bring back your back and put on aside your support and just move to the next pose. So the next pose for as a counter pose for this one, it could be again shaking your legs in the back. Just feel free to do it if you feel like. Or I would like also to introduce you to the thunderbolt. So how does it work? We are just gonna sit on our feet. Please avoid this position if you feel like you have some injuries on your knees or on your ankle. In that case, I would suggest you to do like the Dandasana, the variation with the that I did before with the arms on the back and shaking your legs. But in this case, this one can be another cool counter pose for our scope, since we are just gonna stay here in a meditative mindset, and what we need to do is just trying to keep the alignment of our spine. Keep your chin parallel to the floor. Rest your hands on your knees if you feel like you have to. You would like to. um, and then take a few breaths and feel all the stretch on your legs, making sure you're never releasing your back, but the pelvis is neutral and the spine is elongate, and my cheekbone is parallel to the floor. Feel inside how is your body is feeling after these asanas, and appreciate the time you had dedicated to yourself and to your well-being with this yin yoga practice of today. Okay, once you feel like you're ready, we can move to the next two poses before going in our resting phase for closing this class. So for the next two poses, the first one is gonna be the dangling pose. So we just need to stand up. So from here, we are just gonna go on our knees first, and we can just starting from the tabletop position, we can just move one leg on the back and move the other one on the back and just go on the down facing dog if we want to stretch more, or if we want, we can also skip this pose and just go immediately on the top. Please, if you go for the down facing dog, making sure that you are actually pushing up your hips, and if for some reason your hamstring is hurting and you're not able to stay in the position, feel free to bend your knees and stretch your spine and keep the alignment. Just a few breaths. And from here, just move forward and just start our dangling position. How we're gonna do our dangling positions. So from the mountain pose, so starting from the Dandasana, what we have to do is just bending forward and moving our neck to the floor, trying to keep an alignment with the legs and making sure that your feet are grounded. If you feel like that you can't keep the alignment, please feel free to bend your knees as much as is needed for you. And starting from this, what we need to do is just like hugging our elbows each other, and from here we just need to use the gravity for stretching very gently our back. Oh yeah. And just stay in the position. Breathe in and breathe out. Today this position is not the good one for my nose. So I'm gonna keep it short because I have my nose blocked. So once I'm gonna keep it short for myself. but please feel free to keep it for 30 seconds, 1 minute. It's just like today I just don't feel great in this position with my blocked nose, but stay in the position for 30 seconds, 1 minute. I'm just gonna stay for a few breaths, and once we have one hanging, we just need to inverse the crossing. So once you cross, just stay again in the position, making sure you're grounding. And then after, you can just a little swing on a side. If it's too much, always remember to bend your knees. And then when you feel it is okay, just release from here. Just put your hands on the ground and just go back. If you need, you can also walk through your body. Now, sorry. Now from this position we are gonna do Malasana. So just turn out a little your feet, and keep them apart, of course. And from this position, just bend your knees and go in the position. From this position, if you feel like it's too much for you, you can always use a support below your buttocks. That it could be your bolster. So you can keep the bolster. Wait a second. Like this, and sit. And in this way you're gonna put less effort, for example, in your ankle. So this position is very indicative for whoever has problem on their ankles. But if you feel like you don't need the support, please remove it. In the case, you can use also the blocks. So you can put one block and the other one is here. So you can also put 2 blocks below and resting as well. Is exactly like the bolster one, like this. So from this position, if you feel like you can, I will suggest you to bring your arms, your arms on the knees, and then pushing back, work a little on your hips, but at the same time, please keep an eye on your spine and making sure that your spine and your pelvis are aligned and neutral. So once you are in the position, don't do anything like this or anything like that, but just try to keep a neutral position of your pelvis and straight your line. And push your arms with your knees, and your knees, push your knees against your arms. Keep your hands in the prayer position and controlling your pelvis and your back. Please hold the position and meditate. If you are a pregnant woman, please avoid this pose. No, sorry. If you are pregnant woman, please use this pose because it will help you during the labor. If you have problem with your ankle, please avoid it, or just use the support that I had explained you just a few minutes ago. And keep staying here. Okay, and now just release the pose. So we have two ways for going out from this pose. Once it's just like pushing our body up, like from the knees, and just go up. Or if we are here and for example we have the support. Okay, sorry, I had some issues with my camera, so let's go back from where we were. We're just closing the video now. So I was saying just that if you are on a Malasana position and you are using the blocks as a support, from here what you can do is just like strengthening your legs and just moving forward and just sit down. So from this position we are just gonna close our class. So we are gonna first of all go on the prone pose, and from here we can just use the bridge pose for align our spine again. So how to go into the bridge pose? We just bend your knees and we're gonna bring them close to our buttocks. We are just gonna adjust our spine, and from here what we have to do is just grounding our palms and then pushing up our hips. From here we can just adjust our alignment of the back and just stay here. Please make sure that your knees are straight and they are not falling apart. And if you need any kind of support for the position, you can also use a block and resting like this, or just put it in vertical like this, and just hold the position for a few breaths. I just prefer to take out the support. Breathe in and breathe out. And from here we are just gonna go down like this and straight our legs. Now we are just gonna do as a last position before the as a second last position a gentle twist on the spine. So because we haven't done any twist yet today, so what do we need to do? It's just like bringing our knees again, bending them, and then just um, bring them back on the floor on one side. In this case, I'm gonna start with my right side so you can see everything. So I'm gonna pull up my knees and I'm gonna just rotate my body. For this position, actually, I just prefer to move a little my hips on a side and rotate, because in this way my spine is more aligned with the rotation. I'm just gonna adjust my shoulder, and then I'm gonna straighten one arm and looking on the opposite side from my knees direction. Another thing from here is just like you can hold with your hands your knees, and this is what usually I prefer. But if you feel like, please extend also the other arms and stay in the position. It's just like I feel I'm going deeper in the position in this way. So I just prefer to hold my knees, looking on the other side, and just breathe in and breathe out. If you have some neck issues, please feel free to look forward up to the ceiling and just don't rotate your neck. At this point, after a few breaths, just bring back your knees and just move on the other direction like this. Look on your right. If you have moved your knees on the left direction. And again, if you have neck issues, remember to look up to the ceiling. Stay for a few breaths. And when you feel like you're ready, just release your legs, go into the position, push back with your arms, and just coming back. Now we can stay in the Savasana and resting again for a few breaths. Or if you want, we can use a recliner angle pose as well. So it will means like we can have our knees bended, whatever is work best for you. And if we need a support for our knees, please feel free to put the blocks below your knees. But another support that we can use, either if we are in Savasana or in the recline wide angle position, we can just use our bolster, sorry. So I'm gonna take the bolster and I'm gonna put it on my back, and then I'm gonna lie down on the bolster. I just prefer this position because of my nose today. So I'm just gonna lay down here And I'm gonna make sure that the bolster is gonna be from the middle of the spine and it's not gonna be below my lower back. And from here I'm just gonna open my arms and I'm gonna spread on my chest and I'm gonna rest. Again, from this position, if you want, another variation that you can do, it's as before, putting your legs on the butterfly and just rest. But I just prefer for today to stay in the Savasana position because I have used to mainly my back more than my legs, and therefore I feel like right now my spine is more stretched. From here, just stay in a meditative state and breathe in always and breathe out. Feel of your body, feel of your mind, and being thankful for this practice, for how you're feeling, for the time you dedicated to yourself. Be thankful for taking care of your body, for all the people you have around you, for the family, and just I want that you're gonna whisper inside of your head, I am bliss. Repeat it 3 times. Stay as long as you wish here. Be present, feeling all the emotions and the relief of the tension from your body. Focus on yourself and focus on this moment. You are here now and you're living this moment. So just enjoy and appreciate this moment. And when you feel like you're ready, just make aware your body again and start to move in your fingers and your feet and your legs. Just moving, rolling on your side, one on your side. In this case, I'm just going to my left side, and with the right arms, I'm gonna push up on my body. I'm gonna take out my bolster, and I'm gonna just cross my legs into the Svastikasana position. I'm just gonna move a little my body and see how I'm feeling on my neck and on my shoulder. I'm gonna now chain on 3 times again. sorry for my breath today. I hope in any case you had enjoyed this practice and you are ready for living your day with the maximum energies and a positive mindset for appreciating your time here. When you feel ready, just sit down and open slowly your eyes. I want to thank you for being a part of my class today. I hope you had enjoyed the feeling. You are enjoying the feeling that your body is communicating to you right now. I hope you're gonna have a great day and namaste.